really cool. How did I miss that?
I know.
Yeah. Was that here all weekend?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it a screen?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
Can we just watch a movie in here?
Sorry, yay. Whoever pulled that off. Awesome. Good morning, guys and gals. How was last night? Sad to have missed it, but happy to be here now. And thanks for bobbing and weaving with us there.
Yeah.
We did massage the schedule a little bit. Not my call.
Hey. Some of us have to work on the East Coast tomorrow, so...
Fair enough. What's work like? It's been a long time.
Exhausting.
Glad I don't have that problem.
But glad we were able to make this happen. Glad I could be here. I'm a little under the weather this weekend, as you can probably hear. But, powering through. We'll make it work, make it happen. Happy to be here. This is,
Thank you. You're clapping now, but what you don't know is that he and I both tested positive for the Ebola virus. So if you've been anywhere within like 30 feet of us this weekend, sorry guys. We're all Winchester's never
This
died,
is just
so
vodka,
back.
so I'm powering through.
Poisoning it away. The shirts are gonna, what the fuck does that have to do with vodka? Your shirts are gonna come off? What?
No, that's tequila. That's tequila.
That's right.
Yeah, that's later this afternoon.
I'll take pictures.
No, but thanks. I do. Getting back to Toronto this evening, working Vault Rising is we are moving ahead over there. We're now finishing up block 1, which is 2 episodes. They shoot them in blocks. I did bring a friend with me who I'd like to point out.
Yeah.
I said a friend. Not a brother. But soon to be a brother. You guys put your hands together for Will Hockman back here in the back. Stand up, Will, stand up, come on. Give the crowd something to look at. Will is with me on Vault Rising right now. He plays Torpedo, and he is a stellar castmate and even a better human being. So he was interested in seeing what this was all about. He had a few days off, and I was like, man, you want to tag along to Vancouver? And he was like, let's go, baby. So you guys are not only giving us a lot of love, but you're putting on a great show for my dear friend. And so anyway, Will, welcome to the family, pal.
And not entirely unrelated, but to your prior statement, he is 10, 15 years younger than we are, and he's ripped. So his shirt is coming off.
That's right.
Later.
Yeah, surprise, Will. You were actually brought for a reason.
Thank you in advance.
He's like, I'm fine with that. That's cool.
Fine. Anyways, let's get to some audience questions. That was a fast hand. I'm gonna go with you. I usually give it to him, but that was quick. Unless you're just checking for deodorant. I've seen that before too. I've done that before. Yeah, I might do it later.
No, I definitely have a question. So, Jensen, you had actually said something that resonated a lot with me in a past con recently. That was when you're at home with your kids and you're putting them to bed and taking that extra time with them to really hear what they have to say, because they get all wound up and then you're like, oh, I just want to take some time for myself. Mm-hmm. But and so I really took that to heart and have been doing that with my son, and just kind of like asking him questions and being like, what else do you have to say? What else do you have to say? And it's so, I'm getting these really interesting responses. It's so funny. So I'm just curious for you two, if in kind of that time when you're putting your kids to bed, if you've heard anything really interesting or funny, just memorable.
Oh my God, so much.
Yeah, constantly. Because it is, their little brains are just, firing on all cylinders in that moment. But it's because they feel like they're in that safe space. So they can, they can be like that, and they can ask these questions, and they can tell these stories, and they can just be as open as maybe they can't be when they're at school all day and they're in a world where they don't necessarily feel as comfortable as they do at home. So I feel it's important for me to give them that space in order for them to be able to open up and express themselves and share their thoughts and their feelings and their concerns and their joys. And that's a way for me to get to know them even more, is to let them have that space and soak it up as a dad. It means a lot, and I know sometimes it's tough. Again, like sometimes I just want to go to bed. I'm tired, but making sure I reserve that space for them and that time for them, because I think it's necessary for just a really strong relationship and growth with them. So, yeah.
Amen. I to his point, I do the same actions. Like I talk to my kids and I ask them a bunch of questions. I do it for a very different reason, I guess. It's kind of a subtle form of reverse psychology to where they're getting tired. I'm like, why are trees green? Where does the sky come from? How come dogs are bigger than cats? And they're like, finally like, Dad, I just want to go to bed. I'm like, yeah, how do you think I feel? So it's a very subtle form of like, see, yeah, how does your own medicine taste? Yeah, I won't shut up, won't I? Okay, what about this? I can't sleep, I'm nervous, blah, blah, blah. Kidding. No, it's great.
I did have one the other night, and this might be TMI, but
never.
My youngest daughter, she said, she was like, Dad, I wish I was a boy. And I go, oh, okay, interesting. Why would you say that, honey? And she was like, because I don't want to be pregnant. I said, that's a fair concern. That is a fair concern. I was like, however, you don't have to get pregnant. And she's like, really? How do I not get pregnant? I'm like, that's a conversation for a later date. I was like, don't worry about it now. You can't right now. You're fine. And a few moments go by, and then she goes,
Let's do it.
does it hurt when you get your first period? And I go, that's it. Daniil, get in here. Did you do this on purpose? And she goes, yeah, I guess you wouldn't know. I'll talk to Mom about that. I'm like, that sounds like a very reasonable idea. So again, that's the kind of like, you allow them that to ask those questions and to feel that comfortable and to speak to you in a way that they can't speak to their teachers or their peers and or even their siblings, And so even though it was highly uncomfortable for me to have those questions asked, I truly appreciated what was underneath all that, and that was the safe space that she felt like she was in. So,
amazing.
Yeah.
It's funny enough, literally this week, I was somewhere, I had something to do, and so I got home and Jen was with our boys, Tom and Shep, who are 13 and 11, and I don't know how it came up when there, but apparently they were talking about having kids and another brother or sister or whatever, and Jen was kind of like, well, to Tom, she was like, for you, it took a while. Like we were ready for you, because I think she was saying like, Shep, he just happened. Like we weren't not trying. We were aware it was a possibility, but we weren't trying for the adults in the room. And so Tom's like, what do you mean? Like it took a while? And she's like, yeah, we tried for like a year. And Shep goes, a year? Like how many days is that? And she's like, well, like 365 days. Shep goes, you had sex for 365 days.
Dad, you beast!
Which we did not, but to hear Jen tell the story, she's like, your dad's a stud. Literally this week.
Don't get any ideas, Shep.
Exactly.
Okay, all right, we're off the rails already.
Good morning.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, good morning.
How about right here in the aisle?
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Hi guys, thanks
Hi.
for coming.
Thank you.
I was just wondering if you've ever gotten your knee fixed.
Oh, and Newfins?
Gotten your knee fixed.
Oh, no, I have not.
Or Newfins.
Newfins. I have not. I think I talked to my brother, who's an orthopedic surgeon, and he was sort of like, well, if you were a professional athlete in your 20s, I'd say get a repair, take the season off. But I mean, I haven't been doing much of anything this
But
last
you're a decrepit man.
I did a lot of, it's like second level or third level chess where I'm like, well, if I get it fixed, then I'll lose the excuse of I can't take the garbage out, I can't carry you to bed. I can't
Fair.
yeah, so I'm like, I'll just keep it
It was a
broken.
calculated
It was
measure,
a calculated,
you know,
like,
thing.
I got to use the excuse. Like, I would totally help you out. I see you carrying furniture, but the knee. So I'm going to use this as my crutch for forever, proverbially. Thank you.
Thank you.
Christine, for sure. I'm going to go over here. I see blue hair. Yes, with the finger. Yeah, and a palm. You have a finger and a palm.
Wow.
Yes.
You both do so much for other people. You're very kind and caring, and we all know that. And I'm curious about what you do for yourselves, your self-care.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's a great question. I've tried. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Uh-oh, here we go.
This sounds stupid. I invite everybody to try it. Just try it for 2 weeks.
I don't like where this is going.
It'll take.
It's a little uncomfortable at first, but
Oh, it's very uncomfortable. The first thing you do when you wake up, when you have a chance to yourself, go find a mirror, presumably in your bathroom or your bedroom or whatever, and look at the person you see in the mirror and just say thank you until the person in the mirror can say you're welcome. That's it. It's really it sounds.
if the person in the mirror says you're welcome, that mirror is getting smashed.
I said it was uncomfortable. It's pretty scary, but just for all that you've been through and that you're still here, the good and the bad, if you can just say thank you, you're not going to believe. I didn't believe it at first. I'm like, thank you, dude. It's easy. Like, I have a great life, friends and brothers from other mothers, and a great family, and a career I'm happy with. But it's easy to go like, no, shit, ain't no thing. But until you can see yourself and say, you're welcome. Yeah, here we are. So that's what it is.
Self-affirmation.
Yeah.
That's good.
It sounds so cheesy.
I like that. No.
Yeah. But you feel it. In the morning. At night, do it 1,000 times a day if you can. But I try and start my mornings with thanking whatever version of Jared. I said this to Cliff and Jen yesterday, or 2 days ago, and I told Jensen yesterday, flying here from Austin, and it was, we've had a kid who's been fighting something off. I've been feeling like I've been fighting something off. I took the tests. I'm negative on everything. But I just felt run down. And so flying Austin to Seattle with the layover, got delayed, Seattle to Vancouver, getting to a hotel. And I got to the hotel and I was spent, like face plant in the couch and go to sleep spent. And I texted Jen, we talked later, but I was like, I have no idea how I did this, and Jensen did this several times a month for years and years and years, and then would get off a plane, get to the hotel or our apartment around 1 a.m. and wake up at 5 a.m. to get to work at 6. And so the next morning, which was yesterday morning, I woke up and I was like, thank you. That was easier to say, you're welcome, because 22-year-old Jared, a 38-year-old Jared, could do it. 43-year-old Jared, like, I don't think I could. So just like thank your prior self for all the stuff they went through to get you here today. Yeah. Thank you.
I stick my face in a bowl of ice water every
He
morning.
does.
Legit, like I do. Like
Yeah.
first thing in the morning, I try to hold my breath for 30 seconds for three different times and stick my whole face into a bowl of ice water. It's torture, but
That's why you look so young.
But it wakes me up. It makes me feel like, okay, I can face this day now. I just did that in a groggy state. I can do this. So, but then also coming home after a long day, I'll just sit on the couch and play on the guitar a little bit, text some friends. Maybe I'll call my mom and dad and have a nice hour conversation with them, because I can't get off the phone with them in less than 20 minutes. Literally. And they always answer the phone at the, it's like, oh, pick up the phone, it's Jensen.
Still a home phone.
Still a home phone. Still a home phone. Still a corded phone. God bless him. So yeah, there's things in my life that kind of keep me motivated and keep me going and help push me. Having friends like this having new friends like Will, get me motivated to keep going and keep pushing. Yeah. Okay. Let's go far back, kind of reddish hair there. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
If you had a lifetime supply of anything, what would that thing be?
Testosterone?
You can do that. You can buy that.
I'm kidding.
Energy. It sounds so weird. So we've had an interesting week, not just our Tom and Shep talk, but I think that same day, that morning, I wake up. So if the kids wake up for school, Tom likes to wake up at 6. Odette and Shep like to wake up at like 6:30. So I'll try and wake up at 4:30 and get my ice bath done, get my electrolytes and protein and crazy, and kind of like get my day squared away. Because it always inevitably goes sideways, and so stuff I thought I could do at noon, it's like, oh, you have a Zoom now, or oh, you have to go do this or do that. So anyways, I wake up at like 4:30, I finally get out of my bed at 4:45, I go to my living room, and all the lights are on in the living room, and I'm just thinking like, oh, okay, maybe Jen got up in the middle of the night and just didn't turn them off or whatever. And it's like 4:45, it's still dark outside. I hear, hi, Dad. And I like, oh God. It's like a Stephen King movie or novel. And I look, and it's Odette, and she's sitting at our kitchen counter, and I'm like, hey, Dot. I call her Dot. I'm like, when did you wake up? And she goes, I didn't. And I was like, well, no, I mean, you're awake now. She goes, no, I didn't go to sleep. I was like, huh? Yeah. I'm like, you didn't go to sleep at all? She goes, no. I'm like, what did you do? She goes, well, I read on my Kindle, I wrote you a story, and I drew some stuff, and yeah. And I played with our dog, and I was like, okay. And I'm thinking like, she probably is mistaken. No, we go to our like Nest camera, Ring camera app that we have some cameras in the hallways in the playroom. Sure shit, she got up at like 12:15 in the morning and never went back upstairs. She didn't get up. We don't have any cameras in the bedrooms, but she left and went downstairs at like 12:15 and never went back upstairs. And she was just awake. And we were like, this is gonna be a bad day. Like, she's gonna like, do we keep her home from school? She's not sick. But she went to school, had a great day. We told her teachers like, hey, she had a rough night of sleep. We lied and said she slept so we didn't seem like child abusive parents. Like, please reach out. We can pick her up. We're 10 minutes away. We can grab her if she goes, if the other shoe drops. They're like, she's wonderful. So I don't know if I had 1% of whatever powers my daughter, I'd be fucking unstoppable. So energy seems like it's in rare supply these days.
Yeah, energy motivation, that's good. I'll go with a product. I'm just gonna say Q-tips.
You can buy those too. Q-tips, testosterone.
This is true. This is true. But I mean, that right there.
Wow.
It's just, you're just close to God there when you hit that spot. The eargasm. Yeah, that's right. Yep. I would never want to be in short supply of that.
You're puncturing your brain. That's why it feels good.
Listen, there's not much there anyway, so it's, all right, go ahead.
Fair enough. Right here, glasses, finger, palm. Jazz hands? This feels like charades.
Knees and
You're gonna,
toes.
1 to 5.
2 vowels.
Two vowels.
2 vowels. Sounds like
Alex from
Q-tip.
Coquitlam. Oh, want need some more Q-tips?
I'll take them.
All right, it's Alex from Coquitlam. Was just wondering what your guys' freakiest stories from Riverview were.
Freakiest story from Riverview?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Any spookiest?
Spookiest?
I mean, I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer. It was my birthday, wasn't it?
Yep.
It was, yeah. Don't ask me what year, I don't know. But we finally got a hold of the liaison so Riverview Hospital, for those of you who don't know, is the place where we shot many, many episodes of Supernatural.
We called it Stage 4
Yeah.
for like 3 seasons in a row.
Because we were there so much. It's a decommissioned mental institution.
Part of it. It's still working. The buildings we shot at were the decommissioned.
Were the
ones.
decommissioned ones. It was built turn of the century, early 1900s, used for they used a lot of like
all the experimental
advanced
things.
experimental therapies on soldiers from the wars, electroshock therapy, all that kind of stuff. And so the building has got some stories, and we filmed in this place quite a bit. This one time, we get a hold of the liaison. We're like, can we get like a little tour? Because we only film in the places that we set up set, but there's 4 stories. And she's like, sure, but we can't go to the 4th floor. We're like, well, that's where we're going. She's like, all right, I'll take you up there. So we start walking up the stairwell up to the 4th floor that I guess is off limits. They don't even let film crews go up there. And
we're the Winchesters.
Yeah,
Come on.
we're good. She would get to the top of the stairs. She's like, well, so this is the stairwell I was pushed down, doing my rounds. And we're like, you mean you fell? She's like, no, I was shoved. I was like, by who? She's like, I was the only one here. I'm like, okay. We started walking down this long hallway, and it is, hair standing up on your arm, creepy. Walk into this one room, it is floor, walls, ceiling, tiled, like subway tiles. And there's just a solo bathtub right in the middle of the room with a drain underneath it. And, the room was maybe the size of the stage.
Yeah, it's big, yeah.
And she's like, I won't go in this room. And so Jared and I just, we walk in, I go lay down in the bathtub. I'm like, what happened in here?
He's like, take a picture.
Yeah. But there's definite energy in that place that is off the rails. I would not want to actually spend a night in that place. No.
Yeah, it was, that's, every word is true. Something more kind of tangible here, I have a funny story. So when we would shoot a review every now and again, this is pre-pandemic. This is when anybody knew what a mask was even for or available. And we'd get to set sometimes, and the crew would all be wearing masks. And this is like 2008, 2007, 2010. We're like, why is everybody wearing masks? They're like, oh, it has asbestos. It's not safe for
lead
them.
paint,
We're like,
asbestos.
well, it's not safe for us then either. It's like, no, you're gonna be okay. We're like, what? But then we shot an episode there, I forget which one, but Dean and Sam are fighting like a ghost or a ghoul, and they blast like wind at us, the classic, we get thrown back. And we were shooting a scene prior, and the key makeup artist had told me that I had some nose hairs that were like visible. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm starting to get older, whatever. And she gave me one of those like nose clipper things. Zzz. And so we had like a 30-minute setup. I'm sure you remember this. We had like a 30-minute setup before this big stunt sequence where they're gonna get the air cannons to go like, and like leaves and dust and everything that's in the little room. And so I go to my trailer, and I've never used it. I've never really like done it, but it kind of feels like a Q-tip, just a nosegasm. And so I sit there, and I'm just like watching the news or something. And I do the other one. I end up doing it for like half an hour because I'm like, long story short, I got rid of like every single nose hair in my nose, not really thinking that nose hairs are a form of filtration to your brain. And so the first time it's like, and we get shoved back, everything that was anywhere in the room
and dust.
all went straight to my brain, and my eyes went, I was like, I can't open my eyes. Like, you okay? I was like, I think, and I'm like sneezing. I had such horrible allergies. They called a doctor to come in and give me like a, whatever the Princeton
B12 shot?
B12, like a allergy shot, whatever, you can get a massive allergy shot, because my eyes wouldn't open, and I would just keep sneezing because I had no filtration to my brain. So that will haunt me. That wasn't haunted, but that will haunt me.
It haunts all of us. All right in the back there. Yeah.
Hi, mine is kind of a similar question. Also by Jensen. There's a big poster of you in my parents' bedroom now because I used to
Your
live
parents'
there.
bedroom? How's your dad feel about that?
I moved from India 10 years ago. He's been trying to take it off, but
It's a mural.
my question was, how has playing Sam and Dean made your life a little bit harder? Like, can you still watch horror movies and just accept this is happening?
Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
Like The Conjuring, for example.
Conjuring's terrifying. The house is for sale, by the way. Did you know that? The Conjuring house is for sale? I may or may not have considered it.
Don't do it.
I won't. I'm not going to. Harder. It's difficult to say because I don't know how my life would be had I not played Sam. But it certainly is more difficult to get lost in a movie or a TV show, knowing what we know about. Like, part of me, the analytical part is like, okay, I'm watching this. How did they? Oh, I bet I know how they did that. They would have had, okay, yeah. So, or like when someone flies, I'm looking to try and see if they're in a harness or if they're picked from the back in a different sort of vest. So I do find myself kind of, it'd be like a chef going to a restaurant and like, too much turmeric, not enough bergamot. Is bergamot a thing? It's a thing, right? Is that a thing here in Canada? All right, too much of it.
Was it candle scents? What is it?
Not enough sandalwood. I do find myself kind of not wanting analyzing from like a filmmaker's behind the scene perspective.
Do your kids ever watch and go like, "Oh, Dad, you could easily take care of this"?
Oh yeah. My kids think I'm a lot cooler than I actually am. Like, "Oh, Dad, what happened the other day?"
Give them time.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out.
They were like, "Dad, you can beat up Joe Rogan, right?" I was like, "No." Like, what? No, I cannot. Like, but like, he's old. I'm like, well, the dad ain't young. He's also like a black belt in 15 different things. Yeah, they're always like, well, Dad, you could probably do that. I'm like, yeah. I watch this guy. Okay, Jensen knows. If you go to YouTube and you look up Anatoly, Anatoly, it's this guy. Anybody know him? Yeah. I love him. Yeah, he's a power lifter. So he's like, I haven't met him, but he looks like he's a lean guy, like 160, 170 pounds. And he'll go and he'll like lift up 265 pounds with one arm and move it dressed as a janitor. And people are like, my YouTube algorithm knows that I just watch it like, So I showed my kids and they're like, well, Dad, you can do it too. I was like, no.
Couldn't do that with a forklift.
I could not. But yeah, that's where I said.
I'm in the same camp. Like I'll watch horror movies, traditional horror movies now, and look for the scare, and usually I can predict them pretty well because I know when the setup is and I know how they're going to do it. But it's always nice when I get surprised if there's a misdirect and it's like, oh, you think it's going to be there, and they turn around and it is. I was like, that was a nice misdirect, a nice double scare. So yeah, we I think living in that world for as long as we did, we do kind of see it through a different lens, but still enjoy a good scary movie. I prefer like the kind of the psycho thrillers a little more than just the supernatural kind of thrillers, because I think it takes me out of it, because I'm looking for the how they're doing it. But with the psycho thrillers, that's more performance, and I tend to be more entertained by those. I'm not picking them apart as much. So all right, I think we got time for one more quick one.
I'm going with Coach.
Let's do it.
The whistle.
That's right.
Makes us. Makes you God. Yeah.
So guys, I'm here from Toronto for my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you guys. Thank you. And I know you both spent a lot of time in Toronto this year for Vault Rising for the boys.
Yep.
So Toronto or Vancouver? And why?
This is going to be.
How are you going to do that while we're standing here?
This is going to be really easy to answer. If you're from Vancouver, raise your hand. If you're from Toronto, raise your hand. I'm 100% Vancouver. I love Toronto. He's spent a lot more time there than I have. I shot a movie there called New York Minute. So I've been there a few times. We've done a few cons there. I feel like I've been there. I love Toronto. It's very different. What's funny is coming back to Vancouver, I've never been to Toronto and not had
to work
of some sort. Not that this is work, but I've had a reason to set an alarm and go somewhere every time I've been there. I've been to Vancouver a few times just for pleasure. We have friends here, and I've been, we kept our condo year round, so we'd come up in the summer every now and again with no job. So I've had a lot more time to be here as Jared's dad or friend or husband or something compared to Toronto. They're both really rad places. I will forever have a soft spot in my heart for Vancouver, obviously. Even just walking around this morning, remembering like the alley where we shot Skin. And even when we drove here today, It was Manor's episode when we were driving down. We were talking to Cliff and Will, and it was that little kind of like alcove. Yeah. And so I go around. I'm like, oh my God, season 1, episode 4. We were here. I remember where the Apollo was, or the little part of the seawall where our girl was jogging in red sky at morning. It's just right down the seawall. So I have all these memories that kind of pop up. That I didn't realize my brain still had space for, but it's probably taking up space in my brain instead of important stuff that I need to know. But both great spots. I'll visit both whenever I can.
Yeah, the time that we spent here, it changed our lives. And so this place is, I always said my only complaint about Vancouver was that it wasn't home, but it does feel like home. And so Vancouver is a very special place to both he and I, will always be. Toronto's great. Loving it, but it's going to be hard to ever top this city. It is cold. It's cold there. But yeah, this city will always have a special place. Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us here.
Appreciate you being here. We'll see you later.